Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series 86, again, Ultra Magnus, and yeah, I'm a bit late to this one. I missed the first release entirely, completely missed it, never got them, was never really sure if I did want them, because I kind of was alright with the Kingdom one, weirdly enough, and this guy... While he looks great, and I do like him a lot more, I'm not going to lie to you, I was never 100% sure. And then I ended up getting this guy, and here's the Kingdom one. I've never seen something age so quick in 5 years, but oh my god, he's like... There's a difference here that's like, they're close in a way, but they're also as far apart as you can physically get. The newer version here got a re-release earlier this year, and honestly, it was one that I wanted, but I wasn't sure if he'd fit in the display. Turns out he does perfectly, actually, like, just perfectly. So that's nice. And as far as the design and everything goes, yeah, he's good. He's exactly what you want Ultra Magnus to be, and I've always liked Ultra Magnus a lot. He's a big, bulky robot whose basic job was to look like the successor to Optimus, but never really was, and he basically just became Rodimus's second in command. And he's always just been this big, bulky tank dude, and that's always the thing. He's just a big, bulky guy. And they absolutely nail it here. And they even kind of make it look like, again, he has the armor on, similar to the other one that I mentioned, the Kingdom one, which actually has the armor gimmick. In a way, when I look at this Magnus, I can see a lot of bulkiness of what could look to be like an armor of sorts on the arms and the shoulders and even on the legs. The chest piece is bulky. Everything looks great, honestly. Turning him around, he actually has a really clean back. Like, there's nothing showing. And, of course, he has weapon storage, as you're seeing, which is pretty good as well. A lot of these new 86 guys are getting a lot of weapon storage, and I can appreciate that. Similar to the Megatron that just released, very good weapon storage. And just the overall design hits every beat that it needs to. There is nothing missing here from this guy. He has the giant shoulder stacks, the chest piece looks phenomenal. Just everything looks great on this guy. They even went as far with this back section to make it accurate. And they didn't have to. They just did. That's a very good touch, honestly. And I mean, as far as the robot mode goes, the head looks good as well. One thing to note, these ears are separate out of the box. And do make sure you put the correct one on the correct side, because if you don't, they will pop out at a rapid rate. They do specify right and left, so it's really not that hard to tell. But just make sure. I didn't really look at first. I just thought they were the same piece. But then I noticed that the one side here has a longer kind of point compared to the other. He also has light piping, which I love light piping. Some people don't. I do. I love light piping. Kind of miss it sometimes. It's not going right now because of the... there's no light behind him. So his eyes kind of look a little dead, but they usually glow this brilliant blue, and it looks wonderful. And again, to bring back the old Kingdom guy here, the head sculpts are fairly similar, actually. Like, there's not really a lot wrong with the Kingdom one. There is, like, twin as twin gets, except for the Kingdom one actually has eyes underneath of his visor. That's one of the unique things that I actually don't hate. I know some people don't like it, but I actually kind of like the thing, because it kind of looks like he just has these big, bold eyes. They don't look like sunglasses is what they're supposed to look like, but they just don't really do it for me in this form. But yeah, I mean, let's get into some more with this guy, with his accessories. Comes with the basics. He comes with, of course, his shoulder cannons. They're the exact same. The missile is removable on this one, though, which is good. And they just peg into the typical spot up on the shoulder. On his back, as we've seen earlier, he has two rifles. One tab's there. That's for the small one. That's for the big one, obviously. The smaller rifle is very generic, but is still kind of big for a deluxe figure if you were to give it to it. So, it's a little odd. And then his big gun, which is the one he's a little more known for having, looks a lot better in my opinion. I much prefer this one to the little tiny one. It's nice that he comes with two, though. I mean, it's really good. Me personally, though, I'm probably going to just put this one on his back. Honestly, I don't really have a use for it. It's nice and all, but realistically speaking, I think that this one is better. And after that, we have a kind of gimmick to show, which is another typical accessory. The Matrix of Leadership is here. Whee! There it goes. Same as always, no difference. It's the same Matrix it's been since 2020. It's been the same. The Matrix chamber is nice and painted up, though, unlike Commander Prime, which, yeah, it's a bit of a disappointment for Commander Prime. I know they said they couldn't. But then they made, like, a special edition one that they're going to paint the inside, and it's like, you could have just done it. I don't care if it chipped. It wouldn't have chipped. It's not important to the transformation, so I really don't understand how it would have chipped, personally. But, man, it's just such a miss on the Commander Prime. They didn't paint that inner Matrix chamber, but on this guy they did. And as you've seen, it is spring-loaded, so once you move up that blue T, it just pops open. And after that, he does come with an array of effect parts, which are just the Omega Supreme ones. They're good. I mean, you get 3 of these little tiny ones, a bunch of different, like, explosion-looking ones, this one here. To me, personally, the only ones that really work are these little pointy ones, because they look like gunfire. The other ones don't really. Like, this passes for a gunshot, but everything else just kind of doesn't work for me. It's nice to have them, and they're in orange, so that's at least good, so they look like fire. That's the one thing I'm going to give them, is at least they're in orange and gray. So they're not bad, but I just don't really care for them. They're fun, but what are you going to do with them, really? And then there's one more gimmick to this guy, because, again, he's a commander, but he's not a tall commander, although I feel like he does fit the commander size class. He actually has removable limbs. Yes, so remember that time he got blown up in the movie and died? Yeah. Removable limbs. And to get the legs off, you just pull on them. And, you know, it's nice. They're on Combiner Wars joints, so they're not anything too crazy to get off or anything like that. There's a little bit of force involved, but not much. So you can just kill him. He's dead now. Do what you will with these things. I just realized the mushroom peg undid itself on that one. That wasn't even the port that was going. That was the mushroom peg I pulled out. Proving that, yes, there's a bit of force required to get these off. Which, it's better than them being very loose and them coming off with literally every attempt. That would be awful if you were able to remove. The arms are pretty loose comparatively, but they have a little bit more of a locking mechanism because you have to actually come in here and open up the arm like that to get it to go. So there's a bit more to the arm at least, but still, it's a nice gimmick to have, I guess, because it is one of those things that does happen. He dies. He really just gets boomed, and then he somehow is alive again. He gets put back together, because robots. But they couldn't put everyone else back together for some reason. Not until later. But that is him. Next up is his articulation, which I almost forgot about. First and foremost, we have a ball joint in the head, forward, back, outward. The outward is a bit of, it's one of those ugly joints. I wish they had to put like a piece in there that could have done it, but I think it's mostly there for a combination, for the transformation thing, which I don't know why they couldn't have did it. It would have made them look so much better. It does have a bicep swivel, an elbow joint, which again is a heavy ratchet. He does have hand articulation, so they rotate, and he has the typical, for these larger figures at this point, it's a little hard to get open sometimes, so I have to open up the bottom panel. He does have the index finger and the knuckle, and then he has the other one. So you can get a pointing pose out of him, at the very least. That's something you can do with him. But yeah, I mean, that's good. He then has a waist swivel, forward, back, outward, knee joint. a swivel at the thigh, and an ankle tilt, and that's it. One thing I will say is those ratchets on the shoulders, they're a little heavy, and I don't know why. These are perfect. The hips are perfect, but those shoulder ratchets are beyond. They are really, really rough to move. And you can't just, like, you know, pull it. Usually. You have to, like, put some strength in it. You have to, like, probably should grab the shoulder doing it. There's a lot to it. And, well, now let's get into that transformation, which is pretty basic. You can tell I already stripped him bare of the accessories because I was going to go right into the transformation. How about the articulation? You know what you got to do. So the first thing I like to do is just combine the feet. And I'm going to do this now because I always forget this step. The wheels. These wheels at the bottom have to move down a smidge, like a literal tiny little bit, so he has wheels at the back. Once that is done, we can now start. So the first thing we're going to do is come up to the shoulders, flip up these red tab-like bits, fold those blue parts out, and that basically will unlock the entire back. Unfold these a little bit, and now we can start on the cab section. Rotate Magnus's head 180. Take the chest piece, not the T part, but right there, and undo that. From there, you're going to come to the back and fold this out. Come down to the bottom, fold out this, fold out the windshield of the cab, undo this back paneling, fold down those wheels, fold that back panel back down. You are then going to take Magnus's head, and it's just going to lay in there flat. Take the top section of the torso here, and it has to fold a very specific way. Like that. And then once you have that all done, you just have to take the side panels, fold it up, bada bing, bada boom. And I am going to warn you with this figure, the cab is removable and will fall off. It easily falls off. It's one of the more annoying aspects of the entire transformation. After that, we're going to take this red section here in the middle, rotate it around. It's a very minor step. I don't really think it even matters, quite frankly. It's a very skippable step. After that, take these blue parts we moved out of the way, fold them in, and clip them in to the arm sections. We're now going to move down to the legs, fold down the shins, and then take these parts, flip them up. Now, what you're going to want to do with the legs is you have to hinge them back. There's a second hinge in there that if you don't do it, doesn't go. And there goes the cab, as mentioned. You can just remove it. I might do it just for the sake of transformation, just so it's less annoying. We're going to fold down the wheels on here. I forgot to do that, but you got to fold down the wheels. There's the cab. We'll put that off to the side just because it's a little annoying. It's a little tedious. Flip up his crotch piece, and then these red parts there will fold up. Fold down these sections here. You can then fold back up the shin guards. And then from there, take the arm sections. And my left side never likes to go. I have to put a little extra force on it, which always kind of scares me. After that, you are then going to take the arms. So we're going to work on those. So you're going to rotate. So take the arm and rotate it with the fist upward. That's what you want. Now, from there, what you're going to want to do is take the gauntlet section, fold it forward, fold this section down, fold this open again, do the same thing, and then at this section of the arm, you're going to take it and fold it back like so. Now, this is actually one of the interesting parts here. Those little kind of parts here at the top of the shoulder pylon, fold in and hold the arm in place to stop it from falling down. So essentially what you're going to do is just repeat the step again. Take the arm, make sure you do it this way first, and then fold it over. Take those little tabs there, fold them in, and then you have to come in here to the ports that the missiles go in. They flip over towards the front, allowing the shoulders to peg together. And then you just gotta peg it all together, keep it together. Come to the back. There's some little things that you can fold out. They're on the side of the legs. You just fold them out like that. Tab them in like so. And then you take the cab of the truck and add it on. Now, there's a bit of a click you got to get there. I'm actually forgetting a step here as well, which is fold out these little side panels. And I just noticed that that part was moved on the left side. That left side, for some reason, is a constant issue, and I don't know why. And there we have Ultra Magnus in his truck mode, and yeah, it's perfect. It's the exact thing you'd expect it to be. It's a car carrier, and yes, he can. I don't have any deluxe car bots on me at the moment, transformed, but they do work. I tried it. You can get 2 in the bottom very comfortably. Up top's actually a little shaky for once. It's actually weird because the Kingdom one beats it for the up top, which is strange. But everything works. You, of course, have your doors back here to put the robots up there. Everything works there. It's a good looking vehicle. And if you want, you can extend that to get the cab rotation. As you expect, I mean, there's not really much wrong here. I mean, as the trailer, it's good. And I know some people might say the blue. Some people do like that aqua from the original toy and the Combiner War one. I do like the deep blue more. The deep blue's a lot nicer. And, I mean, overall, it doesn't even look like a robot laying down or anything. It's actually shocking how they did this. Like, the back of it will always look like Magnus legs. It's just an improbability at this point that that ever changes. There's no way to do the feet to make them fold away, so they've always just kind of looked like that. But overall, like, they even got some great detailing in the middle of the truck there, and if you want, you can do the whole thing with moving the arms down so the vehicle can roll up it. That's a good touch. And again, these little tabs are pretty easy to come off, and they actually like to fold in on themselves a lot as well when they're unpegged. But other than that, I mean, this is borderline the perfect trailer, and the cab, yeah, also equally as good. Red bumper, looks great. It's just a little tiny white Optimus Prime cab. That's all it is. His head is right there, though, and it's a bit thin at the back, but what are you gonna do? It has to be thin for the transformation, and overall, I mean, it's nice to have it. It's also hollow on the inside, so you could store some stuff. I never did put the missiles where they're supposed to go. Heresy, I know, and I'm putting them upside down right now at the moment, which is not great either, but yep, just like that. Put them on there. If you want to put the guns on, there are ports on the arms at the side, so you can get those right there. So you can store all your stuff except your blast effects, because no, this guy doesn't have a secret compartment like Prime, unfortunately. But it does look quite good, though, nonetheless. I think this looks quite nice. And that's it for the alt form. So let's just get into the final thoughts here on Ultra Magnus. I think he's great. He's a great figure. There's not much wrong here. I don't know what they could have improved on. Really not much. They nailed this. Wholeheartedly nailed it. There's not much more that could be changed or done with this guy. Like, it's just one of those ones where, like I said with Megatron, I don't know how you improve it upon it. It's almost a dead ringer for what it's supposed to be. And that is the thing with the 86 bots at this point. We are getting to the point here where they have hit the nail on the head for so many of these robots. At this point, like, it is getting kind of scary, actually, to where the main cast from G1 is so well done at this point, I don't know how you improve on most of them. Like, there's a couple cases here and there, and even the ones that they did recently that they didn't do a great job of, guess what? They went back and did it. Look at the new Thundercracker we're getting. Nobody was particularly happy with that SS-86 Starscream. Guess what? We're gonna get a second one. I'm just gonna say that now. I think everybody knows we're gonna get a second one, because that figure is very flawed. And everybody knows it. And just to be completely honest here, they just nailed this. Like I said, Hasbro at this point with their Studio Series 86 stuff, they don't mess around anymore. Like, at the beginning, it was a little rocky, you know? It was a little rocky. There was a couple good molds in there. I will always like the Hot Rod. I've always liked that figure. And I don't think that's going to change. I think I will continue to like that figure. I don't see them redoing Hot Rod, personally. I could see them doing maybe a Leader Class Rodimus release, possibly, in the future. But, you know, there's already the other one. There's already your Commander one, which I'm surprised they haven't reissued yet. They've reissued a lot of the other Commanders, but they haven't gotten to him yet, I don't think. He might be one I look into in the future, but for right now, this is what we have, and there's not much here, man. That's wrong. Like, I just can't really think of anything. He's a little wide, maybe, but that's it. He just looks wider on camera. Some of those weird tricks of the camera, I guess, that makes him look super wide. He's not beyond wide. Like, he's a little wide, don't get me wrong, but he's not, like, insanely wide. And overall, like, there's just nothing to complain about, in all honesty. Like, there's just not a lot here. I'd be like, this guy sucks in this regard, he sucks in this. No, he doesn't. He just does everything an Ultra Magnus should, and he does it perfectly. His transformation's fun, his alt mode rules, his robot mode rules. Almost forgot one of the important steps that I mentioned, which is his knees, which, again, I get why these hinges are so tight, but they're a little tight. That's probably one of the few issues with this guy, is that he has a couple tight ratchet joints, and that's it. That's your main issue, is a couple tight ratchets. Yep, this guy's another 5 out of 5. Oh boy, they just nailed him. They just keep doing it. Hasbro has been cooking too heavily in the last little bit with figures. Everybody knows it, and, well, this guy's no exception. They cooked again. Somebody did cook here. And that is essentially it for Studio Series 86 Ultra Magnus. This has been Eilt Elite signing out.